We have to go rogue. Hakuna kitu ingine. If tunaenda kutokea pale maandamano and everything, saa hii tukibeba nini? Tukibeba ka flag, kumbuka kubeba pia your bottle of Molotov, because it's a retaliation. At this point it has gotten. It is rogue, it is bad, and we have no other option. Ruto is killing us. Tomorrow it will be Kenya Daima, tomorrow it will be Biti, tomorrow it will be any other Kenyan. We are not any special at this point.
To come back with the softest belt. So we're asking the same government to give us the IEBC so that we can hang them with it. It's not going to happen. The only thing we can do is either shut down the country completely, or we just become like the Ugandans and we just chill out. The only way we can do this thing is to completely bring everything to a standstill. And that's why my recommendation is those offices like Parliament. When we hit Parliament, we were very successful because it stopped Kenya. If we hit Parliament, if we hit KRA, if we hit City Hall, if we hit all these buildings and cause some disruption, then you'll have the military will be brought onto the streets. Now, what will happen, because of the frustration, Kimuzi, you're talking that stuff about Duale and Battle of El Adi. Those things are facts. Once the military is on the streets, it's going to be very fucking hard for them to get the military off the streets. And at that point, we'd have a good chance of a coup. The coup is our only chance of getting these guys out. We have no other chance but a coup. If you think we're going to vote guys with IABC, look at all the MPs, they're sold out. The only way we can check these guys is a coup. And we have the most disciplined military. So likely,
I think we are losing you, so I just request, I don't think nakusikia. So kindly fix up your mic or something.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
You are in a cell mali, an empty slot.
I'm talking, but let me try and switch to my. One second. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, tunakusikia.
Okay, so what I was saying was the only way we can chuck these guys is a coup. IEBC and those strategies, they're not going to give us the rope to hang them. The only way we can do it is if we stop the country. Ruto also knows if the country lights on fire, they're going to do what they've done in Haiti. They're going to bring people to slow things down. So the only way we can do it is if we physically stop Ruto. So while they're going the violence route, in fact, this is something that we should actually be fueling. I know it sounds crazy to say, but once that military is on the streets, the country stops. And they can't take KDF back into the barracks easily. That's our only chance. That's the way I see it. I don't see us going, because guys from Githurai went out to protest. They went home, they're being chapped with tear gas, bullets, water cannons in their house. Your houses are not safe. We're safer when the military is on the streets. So that's the 2 cents I had. If we're serious about getting these guys out, just know the only way we're going to do it is by shutting this country down with anarchy. And that's hitting major points. We need to be in JKIA, we need to be in KRA, we need to be in City Hall, we need to do Parliament again. We need to do all of these buildings till the country shuts down. When there's enough anarchy, I'm even serious, we need to even be beating politicians. Guys like Osoro, we need to be beating these guys. Because once this shit shuts down, KDF will come into the streets. Once KDF is in the streets, Ruto will have a hard time sending them back because there's some disunity. That's why he had to move that chick, I forget her name. From there, he had to switch her with Duale because they refused Duale. You can see even some key resistance is coming from KDF. There's no synergy with KDF. That's our only chance here. But if we want to go the police way and everything, we'll just keep finding ourselves in rivers and things will go wrong. But if guys are ready to really make some impact, some quick impact, we need to trauma this thing, Kidogo. That's the only way we can do it. Because the country is being sold and we can't stop them. You're asking the same guys who are selling the country to then investigate and stop the selling. It won't happen, bro. The only way we can do this thing is if we trauma it. So if guys are serious, this is the only way to do it. Otherwise, we can keep talking constitutions like we live in America or the US, or UK or something. But you guys know damn fucking well, there's no constitution that's being followed. Look at the CDF. Look at all the positions they've been putting. These guys have been circumventing the constitution. Didn't the courts just rule that we can't send guys to Haiti? Where are our soldiers right now? See, those guys are chilling in Haiti right now. They're fighting gangs over there. There's nothing you're going to do with the judiciary. There's nothing you're going to do with IEBC. There's nothing we're going to do with IDs. There's nothing we're going to do with passports. There's nothing we're going to do with any institution. If we really want this country back, we have to start banning shit and banning politicians. The moment that army comes into the streets, you'll see how quickly this country will turn around. There's no other fucking way. You know me, I'm waking up in the morning, I'm seeing guys being killed. This shit is just... Let me just give up the mic now, because now I'll start shouting, it'll get crazy. But there's no other way. So unless guys are ready to put the military in the streets, everybody just Tulia and we just relax. But unless the military is in the streets, bro, I couldn't option, bro. And it has to be the military in the street state of emergency. It can't be this thing about you deploy, then you send back, you deploy, you send back. Those police won't shoot us when the military is in the streets. And Itumbi, you're in this thing I can see over here. Itumbi, fuck you and fuck your government. You fucking bloody dickhead. You guys, very soon
Okay,
itakuwa
thank
mbaya.
you,
But
thank
anyway,
you.
take care.
Where?
Thank you so much, and next time try fix your mic, but meaning but
There was a
thank you.
setting.
I
There was a setting
totally
it put a
concur with
setting
you.
accidentally, but I'll do it for next time. Thanks for putting me on. Huh?
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you. So, okay, we'll give it to Ronnie. Umeinua mkono sana, you've been here for a while. 3 minutes maximum. After Ronnie, and then Mbit will give the next speaker.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, at this point, I don't think if somebody is not mad, kama mtu ajejam, sijui labda akona shida mahali. Kila siku unaamka umejam kushinda jana. Unaamka umejam kushinda jana. Like last month, I was doing some work and I happened to meet 2 former MPs. Noah Katanangala and is it Gideon Lotodo or something? Wale ma MP wa kitambo. Au majamaa walikuwa wanapatiwa 16,000 wakati wa Moi. That's why saizi ukipata ma MP wenye walikuwa wakati wa Moi, they don't have anything. But kwanza hao mafala wapatiwe CDF, they act like gods, eh? So I don't know what we are going to do, but if we can snatch CDF out of the MPs, ita demoralize wengi sana. Kwa sababu it doesn't make sense MP na ati kukua tu MP you need more than 30 mic ku campaign peke yake. So I think on the way forward we should know how tunaweza fanyaje hii something like parliamentarian position ikuwe very dislikable, ndio hata mtu akifikiria hapo anajua hiyo hapo salary sitapata. Another thing, there's a guy who talked earlier on and then he said something to do with if you elect somebody is going to join them, but I take Umtata as an example. He's been there, he has not been compromised, which means when somebody occupies that position, it's a personal choice to be compromised or not to be compromised, and you know what has taken you there. So as much as tunaweza blame siju political parties and all, no, those are personal decisions. If you choose to be corrupt, you are maybe ulikuwa too designed by nature when you corrupt. So hakuna vile tutaanza ku blame political parties. We have to go to the individuals. Vile tulikuwa tumeanza ku deplatform our MPs, the same should continue. For the past like 1 week, ni kama kiburi imerudi. Wanaongea takataka, hata hawa mamadaras, huyu kama nani Waluke na huyu mwingine, huyu wa kofia red, sijui anaitwa nani. Hao majamaa wanaongea ujinga na obvious, na ile uzuri ile kitu wanajua, they know they are speaking bullshit. Na ego in our influence. But ever since ile occupation ya parliament, hata uliona wakifanya mockery. Ati mimi vile niliona Gen Z bla 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 nilikuwa wa kwanza kufika kwa tunnel, which means walikuwa wameingiza uoga. But now ni kama Ruto amewaambia tutakuwa na nyinyi. Unaona? Mapolisi tuko na ma cousins, tuko na ma bro, tuko na ma sisters in the police service. But again, sijui kama wanafidiwa na bangi ama ni nini. Watu wanatoka huko wanapigana tu, hataki kujua wanapigana nani, wanapiga watoto, wanatia gas watoto, ni kama mimi sijui labda qualification ya kama plus D minor inafaa ukuwe mjinga ndio ukuwe absorbed kwa hao watu, sijui. Na tukisema ni ujinga ni kuanzia the tops, kwa sababu hao wengine they take instructions. If they've been given stupid instructions, they're going to follow the same stupid instructions. So hiyo reform inafaa ikuwe hapo, inafaa ikuwe by merit bana. Mtu anakuambia ako peaceful, ako na firimbi. Mbwa ako na gun, ako na rungu na kila nini, unapigwa na hata say something you had for so. The same police wanajua the politician wanawatumia and they pay goons. Police inajiita police service, wanaenda nao majamaa wana in cahoots with the goons. Ile Range Rover ya jana ikasindikizwa nao majamaa. The police did nothing. Hiyo ile inaitwa nini? DPP ile point amesema jana, they cannot be identified. The same policeman alionekana jana alikuwa na AK47. But sisi ni wajinga, hakuna kitu tunaweza fanya, tunawasikiza tu. Yeah. Another thing, mali ya watu wametushindia is they have the numbers. I mean, they have the resources, but we have the numbers. So me I think your place ya registrations ya the IDs inafaa to back up professor, like kila mtu kama unajua hauna ID, unajua watu hawana ID tukuwe nazo, because I think that's the only weapon which can help us to solve all these problems amicably, not going the anarchy way or anything, because for now we've lost more than 50 people. That's hizo ni mob bana, hizo ni mob, na tuwezi taka kulose wengine. Hatuwezi enda ati ile anga ina pile up kila siku, and then you can start making some stupid decisions. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I think if we have our constitution on our side and some of the few institutions and some of the few leaders, we have the numbers. Baba saizi naona hiyo the formation yenye iko saizi ni the former Pentagon, so ni watu wamewaka pamoja, hakuna ni maboys saizi wako huko juu, si ati wanaenda kurebuild anything, ni maboys wanaenda huko juu, so it's them against us, so tufanye whatever we can do, like if kama ujajump by saizi you have a problem, like you really have a problem. Unaamka tu mimi naamka tu kama
I'll have to cut you short.
Okay, I'll talk some other
I'll have to cut you short. Thank you. Time is up. So I'm going to be very good on time pia, so that tupatie watu wengine chance. Thank you for your submission.
Oliet, naona Itumbi yako hapa, sijui Itumbi, what is he doing here? Wacha tutoe Itumbi kwanza.
Itumbi bwana. Watu kama hao na block ndio wasijoin space. Itumbi, get the fuck out of here. Toka hapa. Just block him.
Nilisikia alifutwa kazi ama nilisikia alifutwa job maze. Nilisikia alifutwa job. Nani Bella you can now speak. Ulikuwa umengoja. You want to bring Bella?
Oh, hi.
Karibu.
Hello, unanisikia Mbiti?
Tunakusikia.
Okay.
You can speak.
Okay. Naanza wapi? Mi hata nashanga, like, who exactly advises Ruto? Because this guy, unaona ile literally ametupatia middle finger, like mujidishi. Alafu akaona sasa actually I'm just wondering, so literally hakuna opposition in government, ni kama sasa ni sisi, like it's us Gen Z and millennials versus the government, sababu sasa hiyo ODM and UDA is one, all that wameamua kujoin hands. Yani literally Ruto thrives in rewarding mediocrity, incompetence, hata sijui kama ni loyalty kwa hapo ama kusaidiana tu kuiba. Honestly with Joho, hata naona certificate yake ya KCSE na trend, like nigga gets only D. Like how akiwa nimekuwa nikiona hizo stories za minerals and everything through Polo Kimani. Alafu ukiangalia whoever is in charge of that ministry, oh my God. Then you were nasiget how this CSAs and juu hakuna competence kwa au does qualification ya mtu alikuwa kwa transport ina compare na kwa juu ya youth affairs, mtu wa defense na environment zina compare aje tena. Ruto mi sijui by the place imefika. I don't know kama ile strategy ya Bangladesh itawaka. You know, these people nikawa watu walikuwa na night shift, kuna watu wa kuingia usiku na mchana, but you know the more tunaenda kwa streets the more watu wanauawa, and we have a very president akwangi na remorse, like ni kama ajali. Leo amesema anaongeza police and other security people mshahara, ni kama na reward for, ni kama ni reward for killing people something. Hata hajaongelea ile masaka imehappen sides nini Kahawa West jana. Like honestly, what's going on in this country? Cause hata sielewi. You know, vile hata tumekuwa tukifikirianga Raila atio, tufikiria Miguna anamuonea kumuita conman. Hey, that nigga is literally a conman. Ameatbreak watu wengi, but sir, what can you even do about it? Me honestly sahi mambo sijui kwenda kwa streets daily kama will work, cause bado tuendelea kuwawa. Polisi ni wengine very stupid people. Watu tu kama kina Joho, same grades, hawatumiangi akili, so they don't even care when they kill people. The more tunaenda streets, the more tunauawa. The more we shut up, the more tunakaliwa. Like hata like at this point, I can't tell what will work, but there's someone who was saying about occupying stadiums, what. Honestly, if that can work, that's it. Ama, kama hata protest the Sunday can do. Yes, zinaweza work because Ruto believes he's such a Christian, quote unquote, because hakuna Christian behave kama yeye. Kama churches zinaweza ona, Sundays ndo mna protest sana, ile siku yenye anaamini ndo siku ya God wake and everything, maybe something can change, I don't know, but ile strategy ya Bangladesh kama inaweza work, that one, if for real JKA can be occupied day and night, I feel something can happen. Na siku yenye these CSs au nominees will be watakuwa vetted kwa parliament, if we can get there, like atufai kukubali watu kama Murkomen Youth Affairs, the same guy mwenye atutaki with those millions of watches zake, bado ndo yuzi ameletwa kuturingia zaidi. Who is Joho? Opio Wandai, like what? Ni akini nendelea, like, hata kama hapana, we can't accept. Then namalizia the sijui student leaders wa university walifanyiwa nini. The current student leaders ni very incompetent pia wao, majui ni kuweko kwa mifuko. If these people wangekuwa na influence kama ya the past student leaders kina Babu and the others, juu everything yenye ina happen sahi ina affect pia students wa university fees and everything, pia ni part of the Gen Z. If the current student leaders did something like ni kama who mobilize those students, who occupy the streets, a lot can change. Honestly, mi point imefika, sijui Ruto anataka aje, but shida yake aoni the problem is from within him and then nincompoops wenye wamenira waje sijui kupronounce jina poa, there's a Kimiru in me, wenye wamemsurround hapo, those bunch of dimwits wamemsurround. Aoni the problem inatoka from those people, his advisors and him. Apendangi kuambiwa, you can't have not every time your ego has to be massaged. Sometimes just be humble enough kusikia what other people have to say. Like, mi mtu asiisema sijui leaders come from God. Yes, sometimes they do, but hii yetu hapana. Hii nayo hapana. Sijui, but I really hope by the end of this space tutakuwa tumepata better solutions, because no, we can't continue like this. Anyway, thank you for the time. Unaweza peana mic.
Thank you. And by the way, I think we need to have, hata kama we are going to march, we need to have our irreducible minimum, whatever ila alikuwa anaandika kwa Kashenzi. But we need to ask ourselves, mnataka Ruto atoke sahi ama 2027? Kama in 2027, then we need to have a list of what we want to be done right now. Kama mnataka atoke sahi, kama mimi nataka atoke sahi, then let's march. Next speaker ni nani? Next speaker. Okay, some people have been waiting. Gatimu, we've been on wait list for long. Gatimu, then Diana, then Sprint Fix It.
Okay, thank you. Ruto is a joker, and the nomination actually has shown that this guy is basically not listening. And I think now he's no longer fit to lead us. And we've clearly seen even yesterday, it's like his conscience is actually devoid of feeling. And so for me, I think it looks like he's out of option, and there's option 1, Ruto must go. Option 2, Ruto must go. And my favorite option is option 3, Ruto must go. I think waiting for him to change is not an option for us now. Ruto, as Miguna likes saying, is actually beyond redemption. But here's the thing, we've tried the traditional method like protesting, and we've been met with police brutality, abduction, and even murder. But I would like to just let us not be discouraged. I think we still have more strategies that can be effective, and I'd like to suggest just 3. And the first one is actually economic pressure. We can begin to actually boycott products or even companies that are supporting the government. Think of, for example, Safaricom. I'm not yet sure if they support the government, but the government has 35% share in Safaricom. And of late, you've seen actually their Safaricom's monopoly within the market in Kenya has actually given them a lot of arrogance. by slowing down the internet and hiking up the prices of the transaction. So I think we need to start boycotting the product. And I know all of us know products that are associated with the government, but not only the government, even these incompetent politicians that we're actually talking about. Secondly, I'd like us to have civil disobedience. And I think we've tried to protest. We can actually start trying the sit-ins. And sit-in, basically, we can just decide if you're occupying the CBD and sit there and paralyze everything in the city of Nairobi. They have no choice. They'll have to listen to us. If you're occupying the church, on Sunday, if you go there, don't come out of the church. They'll have to provide you food and all that stuff, but don't come out of there. Let's give it a try. We can even possibly, even in the villages, just block the main roads so that nothing is happening. We just have to sacrifice ourselves for some weeks just to and block all these roads to ensure that they listen to us. And those who are abroad, who are Komayolo, we can keep on giving pressure to the international community for them to do something. And thirdly, it's let's keep the town hall meetings going. Let's keep the citizen assemblies going, because it's actually the place where it's creating more awareness and even discussing issues and coming up with the solution for our country. And lastly, just to mention something that people have also mentioned about engaging politicians. I think we need to bring on board those who, in quotes, we could call good politicians, the likes of Okia Omtata. Those people, we can bring them on board so that we can continue strategizing together. I think I arrest my case. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next speaker, kindly take up.
Kimuzi? Am I audible?
Or maybe you had something to say. Or maybe you had something to say.
No, I just wanted to give the mic to the next person so that we move. Waseni wengi. Githaiga was there, and then Kenya, and then Philly, then Morara, hivyo.
Okay, so am I audible? Kindly just with an emoji. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
sure.
you. I've been trying to get on a Kimuzi space since 18th June, but nonetheless, I'm here and I'm going to use my 3 minutes expeditiously. Now, I would like us to look and audit the movement because we need to see what have been our wins and what have been our losses. And the main thing I would like to talk about is basically the ideology behind all this was now changing the political landscape to accountability and meritocracy. So what we've seen is that he basically said that this is not the system we want for our political cahoon. And what you've been doing or all what you've been saying, it's nonsense to the political class. So that's a very big win because we already know that accountability. We are told to have the ambition of the Asian tigers, but the accountability of African greed. Number one, we know the structure of politics in Kenya now. We know who drives them. We know how they thrive. We know who drives the conversations. So we've had the bloggers, we've had the goons, we've had the telecoms, we've had all these people bringing all this division. And I think if we have discussed and see what would be the what should we be doing, or what was our loss? We were not able to predict patterns. We were not able to see Ruto's character, and we have seen that no line we won't cross. There are no babies, there are no residential, there are no human rights, there's no nothing. So what should we do?
Githaiga, I don't know ni mimi ama
Yo,
there's some
kuna
noise
shida na
coming.
space ama ni mic yake?
Not my mute. Githaiga, can you hear? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Ni kama ni. Yeah, it's better. Your mic was noisy. Continue.
Okay, so apologies for that. So there's someone who discussed something, and I don't know whether we picked it up. Why the U-turn in the CS of defense? Why was there a U-turn? Someone was nominated and then someone was switched. That tells you that we have a card that we can still use, and that was explained in a rather elaborate manner that I won't go into it. And this is an area we should be exploring, because what does it tell you that the KDF and the way the structures has been put? And then if you look at who was nominated and the allegations behind that particular nomination, you can see it's also a slap in the face in the people in the people who serve the disciplined forces. So that's an option, because I'm telling you, however beautiful we have the ideas for 2027, I don't think any of us will be alive to see there. And if you need any evidence, then the neighborhoods that had a night of terror can maybe say IDs will be used to suppress. Already he knows. One of the characteristics of a narcissistic personality, they are quite smart. They're quite conniving. They know that you're going to need voter registration in numbers. They know they're going to need IDs, but they have the systems with them. So I think we should also be looking for the long term, someone to come up with a plan. And I want to thank people, because of now we are having the type of conversations that really matter. I am from Laikipia, and I'm going to bring it out here and say thank you so much to Paulo Kimani, because what we've not been seeing is the topic of minerals in the mainstream. And unfortunately, I'm going to say that although we have been facing local, like it seems like it's a local thing, there are also international players behind it, because I shared a map that has the Northland Ridgeland Trust. And if you look at the map and how those conservations have been spread out, and then you go and look at resources of the Kenya geological maps, it's such a huge coincidence that you're finding that most of these conservancies or wildlife or anything coincide with the locations that have been mapped. And if you want to use this as evidence, go to Samsam Water website, where they have all the gazettes for the geological maps that were done. And then you're going to see that, I'll give just one example. Radioactive item, something that is so precious, Sumerium, Amasamascite, that particular rock. It's rich in all those rare earth metals. We have Lewa Downs. We have Borana Conservancy. We have Lewa Downs, and that's where we have the Loldaiga Hills. Go get your geology maps, read that, and then you just ask yourself, what a coincidence that some of these conservancies sit down into some of the places that. Thank you so much. Anyone who is going to do this, I hope you have the mental fortitude to see it to the very end. I know people are exhausted. That is one of the things the government has been banking on, that you're going to get exhausted, you're going to get discouraged. And I just want to give you encouragement that if you're seeing this amount of force, if you're seeing this amount of murder, we are onto something. And the political class is going to just be on the same team to ensure that we are still going to be the same people. Poverty is by design. Unemployment is by design. 4 factors of production: land, capital, enterprising, and enterprising youth, whatever. Sorry, I am racing. But just that this is a premium space, and I've been wanting to be here from the 18th, so my thoughts are a bit jumped up, and also the stress from being persecuted for a long time. Now, the young people in Kenya, you are made unemployed, you are made poor by design, because you don't have land, and neither the capital. Look at the political class. They have the lands, they have the capital. All what they don't have, it's labor. So what happens? For labor to become cheap, it must keep you in a poverty cycle. As many people who are poor, as many qualified, you get desperate. If you get desperate, now you can be manipulated to get what is not your worth. That's why I think the end game is make as many young people poor, desperate. They can be paid whatever they pay. All the profits go to the people who own lands, capital, and any form of resources. And Again, if I kill you, I'll replace you with another one. If I fire you, I'll replace with another one. Thank you so much, Kimuzi. Thank you so much, Dr. Mbiti. I appreciate your time.
Thanks. Philly alafu Mkenya. Philly? Philly?
Yes, unaweza nisikia? Unaweza nisikia?
Yes, Kimuzi.
Kindly balance the gender.
Najaribu ku-add na kuna females najaribu kuongeza wanaingia wakidrop. I don't know if it's their network. I'm trying to balance. Naona kadhaa on the request.
Dr. Mbiti, can you hear me?
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So, thanks for the opportunity. What I wanted to start with is, when the ruling class rob the poor, it's called business. But when the poor fight back, it's called violence. It cannot be so that when we fight back, serikali ina behave the way it behaves, because for one, we have been killed, watu wengi wameuawa, watu 50. But why nini na to stop for us to respond back? And how do we respond? Kuna mse
Amepotea.
Nilidhania ni mimi tu.
Hata mimi simsikii.
Karibu
unanisikia? Unanisikia sasa hivi?
Yeah, you're back.
Sorry, maybe simu yangu ilizima screen, but anyways, nasema we should respond by Molotov cocktails. Hivyo tu ndio hii regime itasikia, because hatuwezi kaa kila siku tukisema tunashutiwa watu 50 wameuawa, na it's more than that, because serikali inakuja usiku kwa neighborhoods and shooting up neighborhoods. I mean, which government does this to its own people? And I would advise hata sisi, because watu wanaanza kuchoka, it should be aura for aura. Venye wanatuma, venye wanarusha risasi, pia sisi tunarudisha na Molotov cocktails, because that is the only way hii serikali ita understand. Lazima uelewe who we're dealing with, and we're dealing with Ruto, and we have to give him his flowers in terms of he's a conniving thief, he's narcissistic, and he knows how to respond and when to respond. So ukishajua your enemy, then you have to respond. Mtu narcissistic unamzima aje kwa kuleta as much chaos as possible, usimpe opportunity ya kusema, because ya kuongea, because hata ukiangalia hiyo speech yake ya leo, the way he starts it, anaanza kwa ile vitu ya kutumia wazungu wake wa US na wazungu wake wa nini wa EU, because that speech is tailored for them. Ndio waone okay, umsi ni msoma democracy, anajaribu kustabilize nchi, hakuna, alafu at the end anatuacha na rubbish akina Joho na wengine hapo akina Mbadi and I don't know who. But now we have to respond as citizens in a way like this, because hii ni second revolution. Wacha ile kupigania sijui multipartyism. We have to know that this is the second revolution, and we have to take it to him kabisa. We have to take it to him. Venye ule Mr. J alisema, once the military is out, ni ngumu kurudishwa nyuma. Na how can we ensure that wamekaa out kila siku, aturushi military any more cocktails, tunarushia Molotov cocktails ni wa polisi, because polisi ndio wametuua. Ule msee amekuwa kishoot Rex na ameshoot hawa si wengine, the guy is still in duty bana. I mean, hatuwezi anza histo, tukienda to occupy stadium, atachapa tear gas, hauwezi kaa hapo ubreathe tear gas, utatoroka na atatu disperse, divide and conquer. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa narrative yake ya Hustler versus Dynasty. Hiyo ilikuwa narrative yake ya kudivide tribal politics, ya kudivide Mount Kenya so that our solidify baadaye, na hii ndio narrative anatumia kwa sisi, divide and conquer. We must not allow that kabisa. We have to answer aura for aura. Akituma risasi pia sisi tunajibu na Molotov cocktail yetu, because it's easy to make, na tunaweza iweka kwa nyumba, na hiyo once hiyo ikitokea kwa hizi makampeni zake zenye anakimbia kila mali na hizi magari zake, akikimbia kitoka kanisani unampa yake, because it cannot be like such bana. It cannot be like such. Thank you guys.
Thanks. I wanted to, before Mkenya, I wanted to give Dr. Bosire, she has been off and on for gender balance. Then Mkenya. Alafu, I'm seeing Prof Kivudha. Niliona alisalamia Ruto 2018. Akisema the stadium in Wote, I think I saw that photo. we said where we are right now, we need political solutions for
Nimeona
this
request
political.
tupatie mic, we ask him questions and we go hard with him.
Nataka kuje kwa nataka nieke prof hapa atuambie what me I just want to understand like what goes through the minds of politicians. Like unatoka a place, what makes you what is so fascinating about owning this thing at the expense of wewe unaingia kwako na kwa mansion wherever na the sub county hospital hapo next hakuna shit. Wewe you are flying with choppers and hata hiyo chopper ikicrash the first place unaingia ni hiyo wherever. So tutampatia mic atuambie, he has been on the political scene, atuelezee what and then atupatie. Tumesema we want, I believe he's one of the people who has been saying tukisema we want a mimi nimesema I think we need a political party. Kina Okia, kina Kibuth, they have been there, we have not seen them overly corrupted, so we'll give him a mic and then we see. So Doc, karibu. I don't know if Dr. Bosiri ananisikia. Mkenya, you can go as you wait for Bosiri, ni kama network or something.
Oh, okay. Sawa. If there is another lady pia anaweza ongea tu before I speak. Kukuwe tuna that balance. Tukinini. So at the point yenye tumefika, there was something that was mentioned. Forget about following the black letter law. Sahi mali tumefika ni everything, swords have been thrown na kila kitu. So hii mambo ingine mmekuwa mkipush, if you know very well deep inside right now the position that we are in, the position that mimi Kenya Daima I'm taking the position of Ruto must go, and there is no way we are going to achieve that by not going rogue. There is no way you are going to lie to us that about the judicial that is compromised, the legislature that is compromised, and we can't even talk about anything about the executive that we have at the moment. We have to go rogue. I'm in support of any move that involves now using the Molotovs and responding accordingly, because we have gotten to that point. Because now this point of strategically killing us so that we can be able to sell fear to us, it's not really going to work. So this idea yenye mtu kama unaweka kwa akili there is any dialogue, there is any political thing that is going to happen, we are not going to solve, because what we are going to do is creating another political class. Then this other political class that we think we are creating, it's going to be so compromised. Right now we have to bring all the systems down, then we rebuild them, and we've realized that no amount, me hata sisikizangi Ruto siku hizi, I don't listen to Ruto hata a point nani siku hizi, I don't even give a fuck hata a point watch hata even if Ruto takes my brother sahi amweke kama CS, I wouldn't even bother with it, because after listening to everything since this conversation started, we realized that those people are so compromised. Ruto cannot do anything else because it is the whole political class that is compromised. Because ukiangalia hizo pesa zote zenye zimekuwa zikikuliwa and the money that we are telling them we are not going to pay this as a country, it's already over 6.1. Hiyo over 6.1 ukiangalia imetumika kwa what? Imetumika ku bribe the judges and everything. So people likes of Uhuru Kenyatta and everyone, all those people are compromised. Let's come to people like Raila. When Raila went for the handshake, what do you think happened really there? It's the same money that was being eaten. Now let's even boil down to the rest of the things. So guys, forget about working with any political class at the moment. Hata wakina Kivuta Kibwana nini, these are not guys we can work with. Muulize time yenye aliintroduce mambo ya Okela Nyomba Kalila nini, hiyo maziwa ilikuwa inatoka wapi? Maziwa inampakajwa inatolewa huko Mount Kenya sijui wapi, then inaletwa inaanza kuwekwa kwa to package. While I appreciate ile voice Kivuta anaweza leta, ile voice any other person anaweza leta, but believe you me, any political class sahi, it's nonsense if they did not improve the places that they were. Kivuta hizi kudanganya haku serve the people of Makueni, ameserve the people of Makueni, but watu wa Makueni sahi wanateseka kama huko kwetu Sekuru and everything before you get it. It's nothing personal, it's just that we need to remain objective. Tushasema tunatoa Ruto, it is Ruto tunatoa. Na if we are going to toa Ruto, believe you me, we have to bring all the systems down. Hii mambo ya wacha sasa, what will the lawyers say? Fuck you guys, what have the lawyers been saying when Kenyans are being killed? You see, the problem is msianze kufikiria one person is enough, one person is the number. Forget about that, huge massacre that's going to bring one person is enough. Hii mambo ya kufuata the black letter law ishafika a stage where hatuwezi. You get hatuwezi. So guys, we have to go rogue. Na kina mama msifikiria ati they fought this war wakinini. No. And remember, right now at least kuna phones, kuna other means of communication. Hao watu walikuwa wanatumiana sijui mabarua sijui na huko mmoja kwenye Ndarua forest mwingine ako wapi, and the coordination was better. Let's work on coordination, because the coordination that we are supposed to work on is the coordination of going wrong. Kama kina madaktari kama kina Mbiti watatuletea ways of creating cyanide and everything, alafu wale watu wengine kama wenye wako kwa tech kina Mkenya Daima and the rest of the guys watuletea how we can be able to coordinate an a proper offline conversation within the LoRa's and all the other tech. Then the other people, then evil, because we have to go wrong at this point. This is where it has gotten. Mambo ya kufuata law na nini, it's not working for us, because the more we are following the law, because guys, if you've read The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, look at what he is doing. This is just prolonging the oppression. This what Ruto is doing now. It's uplifted. It's not even his strategy. It's uplifted from The Prince. You get whereby you prolong how you are. This is mental and psychological exhaustion is happening with Ruto. Ruto doesn't give a fuck. I even wrote it in Kwambia kina Murkomen, Mtuna Murkomen wamerudishwa. Do you think Ruto doesn't know? This is just fueling the anger and prolonging is going. You get Ruto knows he has to go, but in order to nini another tantrum. So that's why I don't even bother. My concern is how do we get Ruto out, and how we are going to get Ruto out is going wrong. Hatuna any other option. Forget about mask the words capping. You know what does the law say? This we need to form a political party because we need to play the political game. Apana, they are not playing any political game with us. These people are killing us. Nini. Kivuda, the people who are killing, they are people within your circle. Those are the people ukikuwa na shida that you call. You don't call them Kenya Daima ama Mbiti ama Kimuzi. These are your friends. Even if you are here, I'm sure these are your friends. You already know too much about what is happening, more than even us. But you guys can't help us. That is the point that we are in. So going next, guys, just know we have to go wrong. Hakuna kitu ingine. If tunaenda kutokea pale maandamano and everything, saa hii tukibeba nini? Tukibeba ka flag, kumbuka kubeba pia your bottle of Molotov, because it's a retaliation. At this point it has gotten. It is wrong, it is bad, and we have no other option. Ruto is killing us. Tomorrow it will be Kenya Daima, tomorrow it will be Mbiti, tomorrow it will be any other Kenyan. We are not any special at this point. So guys, it's going wrong going forward. That's my submission.
We? Mi hata sitaki kudilute chenye Mkenyanzia amesema. I want to give the two ladies a chance, then we bring Prof, and then we go back to the implementer na MSIC. Nyamisa,
Where?
then Irene. Go. Tuambie.
Let me just start with where, because this is a lot. Emotionally, physically, psychologically, this is a lot on all of us. Yeah? Watu wanaumia. Like, I hope if you're here and you're part of this government, I really hope that munasikizanga. Like, at this point, tunafeel ni kama there's kasoro kwa akili yenu. But we hope at some point kuna sense itaingia kwa akili yenu, because this cannot be it. Let me first start with chenye ilinileta hapa before nisahau. Kenya Daima mention something about all of us taking responsibility, and I've also seen a post by someone who has mentioned that there have been very many people missing, and considering what happened yesterday and last week, we don't know how many people are missing as from yesterday to now. We need to find a way to keep tabs on these people. And someone has suggested that since last time we took too much time to try and follow up what happened in Githurai and all the other estates and Ongatarungai, maybe this time we should set up maybe a reporting center or something, somewhere central, maybe in Githurai, maybe somewhere. Mbiti, I don't know if this is something that can be workable, that we can come up with haraka, so that in case there are any cases that are supposed to be reported, juu saa hizi ni kama tunajitegemea, yeah? Watu wengine wanaenda kwa police station nasikia hawapewi OB, people are desperate. So if we can do this, please tuharakishe, tufanye. I'm working with a group of about 12 techies. We are willing to put in the work. We've worked on creating a database for missing persons. I know other techies are also trying to do the same. I don't know how we can connect with each other so that we can collect all this data. You can check out Kumbi Trace. I'll leave it in the comments right now. It's called Kumbi Trace or Kumbi. You can follow Kumbi Trace on Twitter, or go to kumbitrace.ke. You'll check out the database. Kindly help us amplify so that we can capture all the missing people and help amplify the missing persons, because there have been issues whereby some people are not that well known and some people are very well known. So we tend to amplify the ones that are well known and forget the other ones. So kindly, if you could just follow Kumbitrace and then amplify, go to the website, check it out. If there are any improvements you think are necessary, let us know. That aside, I also wanted to address the issue of IDs. Kindly, if there is anyone here who understands what is going on with IDs, because so many people are in trouble because they don't have IDs. Let me not even go so far. Can you imagine right now in the middle of these protests? Yes. And I'm going to address men specifically. You know how the police treat men specifically. Can you imagine being caught right now without an ID? I'm told you're supposed to be given 24 hours to produce your physical ID. Yeah. But we know how the cops operate. We know how the cops operate. By the time the 24 hours lapse, I don't know where you will be. So if you are the person responsible for the delays that are happening in immigration and in Huduma and in, I'm told